Okay, so I'm recording this session on my side. After this session, I will share with you. Let's start our topic discussion today. This training is related with Palo Alto Firewall device, everyone. So today we will focus on the topic discussion. What topic we will cover in our complete training. So we have 16 modules. See, total we have 16 modules into this complete training, and this complete training will take minimum 24 to 28 hours. What I can provide you from my side, wait. So this training will take minimum 24 to 28 hours. What I can provide you from my side, I can provide you slides and notes for each topic. For example, in case if we are talking about NAT policy or security policy or interface configuration or routing configuration on firewall device or high availability. So we have a proper notes for each topic. So slides and notes. And third, I can provide you lab setup software so that you can create complete lab setup for Palo Alto training on your laptop. Minimum requirement to set up the lab on your machine, it's 8 GB RAM. Ashwini, John, Ram, it's required minimum 8 GB RAM to set up the lab on your site. Now, the target audience for this training is security engineers, security administrators, security operations specialists, or you can say network engineers. And to start this training, the requirement is what? Requirement, you need to have basic idea about networking feature like routing, switching concept, IP concept. If you have any idea about a security term like what is IPS, what is proxy, what is content filtering, so that is good. Otherwise, no problem. We'll discuss these options in content ID. Into this module, we'll focus on what is proxy or content filtering or what is IPS concept. So total we have 16 modules. Everyone, can you hear me? Ashwini, Jonas, Ram.
Yes, sir, we
Yeah,
can hear you, sir.
yeah,
Okay. So the first topic is what? In first topic is called next generation security platform and architecture. So in first module, we will focus on product family. Okay, because if you guys are familiar with router and switches, in other vendor, for example. So in case if you are learning Palo Alto firewall device, so you need to know the product family information, which firewall cities is suitable for my organization, because we have entry-level firewall device, we have mid-range firewall device, we have high-end appliance. So we'll discuss product family information. Now we'll talk about SP3 architecture in Palo Alto. Palo Alto is using SP3 architecture to forward the traffic. What is SP3 architecture? It's called single path parallel processing. So we'll focus on what is SP3 architecture. We'll discuss about control plane concept and data plane concept in Palo Alto firewall device. So all the basic idea will focus in next generation security platform and architecture concept. After that, you can go for deployment. So for deployment, you can go with virtual or cloud deployment. How to deploy your Palo Alto firewall device in cloud, in AWS, in Azure environment, or how to deploy in virtual environment, for example, in VMware or in EXXI. After that, we can go for the initial configuration, or you can say day one on Palo Alto firewall. Okay, we see, guys, we can manage our Palo Alto firewall device with two options. Either you can go with CLI command, or you can manage this complete box as a graphical page. Okay, like other vendors, like FORTINET, like Cisco Firepower Threat Defense. Okay, we can manage our complete box as a CLI with CLI option, or you can go with graphical page. So in initial configuration, we'll focus on first all basic command. All basic command you can discuss, basic commands you can discuss, then how we can take backup or restore, how to upgrade operating system, what is license information, okay, how to create multiple firewall administrator, how to configure IP address on management port through CLI, through graphical page, and all the basic options you can say, okay? All the basics options are related with initial configuration task. Initial configuration task. Only this topic will take minimum 2 hours. Only this topic, initial configuration. After initial configuration, you can focus on interface configuration. So like other vendor, yes, you can configure physical interface, logical interface. Any idea about logical interface? Ashwini, Jonas, Ram, everyone? Any idea
No.
about logical interfaces?
Yes, logical interface in the sense like it's a virtual interface, I guess. Yeah.
An example?
Like loopback interface, like where we can say
Loopback.
it's logical interface.
Loopback is a logical interface. Ashwini, any other logical interface option?
I think I also thinking about the loopback only.
Sorry,
Are you hear me?
your voice is very low. And are you using any headphone or earphone something?
Yeah, I'm using headphone only.
Okay.
1 second.
Any other logical interface example?
No, I also thinking about the loopback only.
Loopback. Okay. What about Ether channel, everyone?
Yeah.
Ether channel. Any idea? Jonas? Ether channel. Sub interface. Everyone? Any idea about sub interface?
Yeah,
Ram?
actually, yes. In interface, we can create sub interface like one interface, and we can like create multiple sub interface with one single interface.
Behalf of single physical port, we can create multiple sub interfaces, right?
Yes, sir.
So see, my point is what? My point is what, everyone? In interface configuration, we will focus on how to configure physical interface, how to configure logical interface. In Palo Alto, if you talk about physical interface configuration, so in Palo Alto, we have interface type. It's called Palo Alto interface type concept. You can focus on L3 interface type, L2 interface type, virtual wire concept, HA interface type, and tap interface. So we have interface type. If you are configuring any physical interface, so first you need to select interface type. So in this scenario, we can go with L3, and what is the scenario to use vWire interface, and what is the use of tap interface type in Palo Alto. We'll discuss, okay? Right now I'm giving basic idea, but we'll discuss. In Palo Alto, you can say tap interface. In Fortinet firewall device, you can say one arm sniffer. So it's the same concept. In Palo Alto, you can say tap interface. L3, just like a router interface, you can configure IP address. L2 interface, it's a switch port. Jonas, it's a switch port. For example, on your firewall device, if you have multiple interfaces, multiple physical interfaces, and you want to use these two interfaces as a normal switch port, so yes, you can go with L2 interface type. It's a switch port. Virtual wire, we'll discuss. It's kind of L2 firewall implementation. So first you can go with physical interfaces. After that, you can move for logical interface configuration. Okay, routing. Routing is a part of this interface configuration topic, module number 4. See, guys, you can see in module number 4, after module number 5, see, after module number 4, you can go with module number 5. In module number 5, you can focus on NAT policy and security policy. There is no any option for routing configuration. See, but in case if you want to configure routing like other vendor, in case if I'm working in a single firewall device, and I want to configure routing, default routing, static or dynamic. So yes, option is available. You can configure. So routing topic is a part of module 4. In interface configuration, you will discuss about routing. So how to configure static, See guys, I'm not telling you the story. I'm not telling you what is static routing or default routing or dynamic routing concept. What is a RIP, OSPF or BGP? Here I will tell you how to configure it. So static, default, and dynamic routing concept you can discuss. In dynamic routing, RIP, OSPF, BGP. But see, we are working with next generation firewall, right? Everyone, Ashwini, Jonas, Ram, we are working with next generation firewall. So we need to know the feature about firewall device. For routing, we have a dedicated appliance. For routing feature, we have a dedicated appliance is called router, right? But in case, my point is what in case, like other vendor, Palo Alto is giving you option in case if you want to configure routing, yes, you can configure. After interface configuration, you can go for security policy, module number 5. In module number 5, you can go with NAT policy. Actually, here is two topics, NAT policy, and you can go with security policy. So Palo Alto, checkpoint firewall device, Cisco firepower threat defense. Okay, Palo Alto, okay, checkpoint firewall device and Cisco firepower threat defense. These firewalls are called zone-based firewall. Okay, in case if you are working with any zone-based firewall, so concept is what? For example, here we have a Palo Alto firewall device, and this firewall is connected with LAN side, LAN zone. This portion is WAN zone. So in case if you want to allow traffic, concept is what? If you want to allow traffic from one zone to another zone, you need to configure policy. In Palo Alto, you can say security policy. In checkpoint, you can say access control policy. In FTD, you can say access policy. So to allow our traffic from one zone to another zone, LAN to WAN, WAN to DMZ, or WAN to LAN, we can configure security policy. So how to work with security policy in case if I want to configure 500 or 200 security policy, how to work with, how to delete, how to modify, we'll discuss. Okay, it's part of module number 5, security policy concept. But security policy we are using to allow our traffic from one zone to another zone. But in case if traffic is traveling from LAN to WAN side, private to public side, so you need translation also. If you want to allow traffic from private to public, so you need translation, NAT. Remember NAT concept, everyone? Ashwini, Jonas, Ram. Remember NAT
Yes.
concept from CCNA classes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We have 3 type of NAT, right? In CCNA.
Yes.
If you remember everyone, we have 3 type of NAT. What we have static NAT, dynamic NAT, and PAT option. Static NAT, dynamic NAT, and PAT option. What is static NAT, Ashwini? Any idea? Ashwini?
Where we have to manually enter the from private to public.
Okay, it's a one-to-one entry, right? In a static NAT, you can
Yeah.
go with one-to-one mapping.
Yeah.
Okay, Jonas, what is dynamic NAT? Any idea?
I think it has to do with kind of multiple IP address mapping.
Yes, it's IP address mapping, but what we can do in dynamic NAT?
Um,
In a static NAT, you can go with one-to-one mapping. It's a one-to-one mapping. What about dynamic NAT?
kind of
We can create a range of public IP address.
something like
Dynamic
that, yeah.
NAT, we can create a range of public IP address, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what about PAT, Ram?
PAT is port address translation, where like we will like transfer like private to public IP along with the port number.
Yes, in PAT, we can translate multiple private IP address with single public IP. Okay, it's called PAT, or you can say overload concept. So it's a part of CCNA. But in Palo Alto, we will focus on 2 topics. In Palo Alto, we will focus on source NAT concept and destination NAT concept. So it's a common concept, everyone. For any firewall device, source NAT and destination NAT is a common concept. So if you remember your static NAT, dynamic NAT, and PAT option. PAT option. These are what? These are called source NAT. We'll discuss, okay, no problem. We'll discuss what is the scenario to use source NAT and in which scenario we can use our destination NAT configuration. We'll discuss with theoretical and practical implementation. But my point is what? Here we have two type of NAT. You can go with source NAT option or you can go with destination NAT. So only this NAT topic will take minimum 3 to 4 hours with theoretical and practical implementation. So module number 5 will take minimum 5 to 6 hours. Only module number 5. So with module number 5, you can allow your traffic from one zone to another zone with security policy in case if you are looking for translation. So yes, you can configure NAT policy. Now you can focus on next generation firewall features like other vendors. You can focus on next generation firewall features. So in Palo Alto, app ID concept, it's called application identification, content ID, or you can say security profile, URL filtering, decryption, wildfire, user ID. These are what? These are next generation firewall feature, and it's a common concept, everyone. It's a common concept for any next generation firewall. Okay, only the configuration option is different. Okay, so for example, application ID. What is application ID? Palo Alto is a next generation firewall. So this firewall can detect application behalf of application signature database. For example, in your organization, if you want to block Facebook application or LinkedIn application, my point is what? If you want to work with any specific application, okay, you want to block, you want to monitor, you want to allow, you want to authenticate, yes, you can go with app ID concept. Or in case if you want to work with category, for example, I want to block all gaming category application, I want to block all social networking category application. I don't know which application is a part of social networking or gaming category, but I want to block complete category. So yes, you can go with app ID concept. You can see Palo Alto Firewall. If you want to verify live database, so Palo Alto Applipedia. If you want to verify live database, application signature database, so you can see everyone right now, Palo Alto Firewall can detect 4,286 applications. So if you want to work with any application, you can go with app ID concept. So Palo Alto can detect application within a live session, okay, within live traffic. Palo Alto can detect application behalf of 7 bytes of application signature data. Okay, the next option is what? Content ID, you can say, or you can say security profile. So in content ID, or you can say security profile, in Palo Alto, we'll discuss multiple type of security profile. For example, antivirus profile. You can create vulnerability protection profile, anti-spyware profile, file blocking profile, URL filtering profile. In Palo Alto, you can say URL filtering. In FORTINET, you can say web filtering. In CISCO FTD, you can say URL filtering. Okay, so it's a common concept. In Checkpoint, you can say URL filtering. File blocking. In Palo Alto, you can say file blocking. In FORTINET, you can say file filter. In CISCO Firepower Threat Defense, you can say file policy. It's a common concept. So we can create these security profile, and these profiles we can attach with our security policy. Why? For example, I have a small topology, one firewall device, and this portion is what? LAN portion. This side is WAN side. So this inside machine, okay, this inside machine is trying to communicate with outside the server. Okay, here we are using 192.168.10.10 for example, and this inside machine is trying to communicate with 8.8.8 for example. As per your security policy, traffic is traveling. Okay, as per your security policy, traffic is traveling from LAN to WAN side, no problem. In your security policy, you can define source zone information, source zone, destination zone, source IP address, destination IP address, and you can allow your traffic. Everyone, can you hear me? I'm giving you basic idea only. Jonas, Ashwini, Ram.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So as per your security policy, traffic is traveling, no problem. So this inside machine can connect, can access 8.8.8. Now connection is established. Now within this live session, okay, this if this inside machine is trying to download a file, and maybe this file is infected with some malicious code, or maybe this file is infected with virus, then only your security policy cannot detect this malicious information. Only your security policy, no. So we can use next generation firewall features. These are what? These are next generation firewall features: antivirus profile, vulnerability protection profile, anti-spyware profile, file blocking, URL filtering. These are what? Next generation firewall features. So here, what we can do here, we can create antivirus profile for this solution. Okay, to detect malicious information in data payload, we can create antivirus profile, and this antivirus profile I can attach with my security policy. So you can create security profiles, and these profiles you can attach with your security policy. So if traffic is allowed, yes, you can utilize your security profile option. So you can create, you can attach. So this time your firewall can detect malicious information, in data payload, and can take an action based on your configuration. For example, in your antivirus profile, you are trying to block malicious information, virus information. So yes, antivirus profile can take an action. So this is just an example, okay? Like antivirus profile, yes, you can create vulnerability protection profile, anti-spyware profile, file blocking profile, URL filtering. If you want to work with specific URL, any specific URL, for example, in my organization, I want to block this URL. I don't know anything about this URL, but I want to block. So you can do this with URL filtering concept. You can do this with URL filtering. So in case if you want to work with any specific URL or complete URL category, so you can go with URL filtering profile. Okay, file blocking. In file blocking, in case if you want to work with any file type or file extension, for example, I don't want to allow exe file. I don't want to allow exe file, okay, or PDF file in my organization. No one can upload, no one can download exe or PDF file. So you can do this with file blocking profile. So these are what? These are next generation firewall features. Everyone, clear my point? Ashwini, Jonas, Ram.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
have a question.
Yes, any question?
Yeah. Are you going to provide the basic explanation you just made right now? Are you going to provide it in a PDF so that
Yes,
when we
yes. After session,
Yeah.
please provide your email ID in group. Okay, I will share all the notes.
Okay.
All the notes, no problem. We
Thanks.
have a proper note. Let me show you. We have a proper notes for any firewall training. So proper notes we have for each topic. Jonas, okay? Please wait, I will share. I will share today.
Thanks.
Ram, any question there?
Sir, actually, like in this DLP also included data loss prevention.
Data leak prevention.
Yeah, yeah.
No problem. We can discuss. It's a small
Yes.
topic. We can
Okay, sir.
discuss. No problem.
Yes.
It's a part of security profile. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No
Yes,
problem. We can discuss. Okay. Any other question? Ashwini, any question?
No.
Okay. Next, we can focus on decryption. Why decryption is required? So remember our previous scenario discussion. Wait. Okay. So as per antivirus profile, your firewall can detect malicious information. Good. Your firewall can detect virus information. Good. No problem. But here we have a drawback. Ram, here we have a drawback of antivirus profile, everyone. Drawback is what? If this complete connection is HTTP, complete connection is what? HTTP connection, then yes, your antivirus profile can detect virus behalf of antivirus signature database and can take action. Great, no problem. But in case if this complete connection is not HTTP, if this complete connection is what? HTTPS. If this complete connection is HTTPS, then this complete connection is encrypted. So your firewall cannot detect malicious information. So if anyone trying to download any malicious information through HTTPS connection, your antivirus profile, you have up-to-date signature, Ram, Jonas, Ashwini, you have up-to-date signature, but your antivirus profile cannot detect it because this connection is what? HTTPS. That is the issue. That's why in Palo Alto, what we can do in Palo Alto, we can create decryption policy. In Palo Alto Firewall, we can create decryption policy to decrypt our HTTPS connection. So your firewall can decrypt HTTPS connection, everyone. It's a great feature. Jonas, Ashwani, Ram.
Yes, sir.
Palo Alto Firewall can decrypt HTTPS connection. And once it will decrypt HTTPS connection, it will look like normal HTTP. And once it will look like normal HTTP, then your antivirus profile can detect malicious information. So here in Palo Alto, you can go with decryption concept. You can create decryption policy to decrypt your HTTPS connection. So why we need? And in decryption policy, we can create 3 types of decryption policy. We'll discuss in detail, okay? But right now, I'm giving you a basic idea. With decryption policy, you can decrypt your HTTPS connection. Your Palo Alto Firewall can decrypt HTTPS connection. Now, next concept is what? Wildfire. In Palo Alto, you can say wildfire concept. In other vendor, like in FORTINET, you can say sandboxing. Any idea about wildfire, everyone?
Sir, and like in wildfire, it's for zero-day attacks. Like if any zero-day attack happens, like if you have a wildfire license, then that particular malware will go to Palo Alto, like OEM. Then they will like analyze, and then they will like create a signature for that particular malware, and they will be giving to that wildfire license users. So
Yes.
yeah.
See, what is zero-day attack, everyone? Ashwani, Jonas, any idea about zero-day attack? Ashwani,
Yeah,
Jonas?
yeah. Zero-day attack is is a kind of attack whereby, for example, if Microsoft says, "Oh, there's a zero-day attack," which means the attacker is using the advantage of whereby the vulnerability is there, but there's no patch. I mean, there's no patching released by Microsoft. So the attacker can use that opportunity, gain access into the system, something like that.
Yes, you can say zero-day attack is a brand new attack, right?
Yeah.
and not detected. So in Palo Alto, we have a concept for this brand new attack, for zero-day attack. We'll discuss some scenario here in Wildfire. See guys, Wildfire is a dedicated device, everyone. If you talk about Wildfire, actually you can go with public Wildfire cloud, or you can go with private Wildfire cloud analysis system. Okay, so we have two options for product. So it's a complete device. Into this Palo Alto Firewall training, here we are trying to get the idea. Okay, we'll discuss the scenario, but if you want to learn how to work with Wildfire device, so there is a separate training. Clear my point?
I have a question.
Yes,
Follow-up
yes.
question. So what you're saying is that the wildfire is used to protect the infrastructure from zero-day attack.
See, Wildfire will not prevent anything. Wildfire will analyze the information and define a verdict. You can say Wildfire will only detect, okay, cannot take any action. For action, you need to deploy Palo Alto Firewall in your organization. Jonas, clear?
Thanks.
Ram, any question? Ashwini?
No,
We'll
sir.
discuss in detail, okay? What is Wildfire?
Yes.
We'll discuss in detail. Yes, any question? Okay. Next topic is what? User ID concept. So in Palo, Ashwini, any question? Ashwini?
Yeah.
Any question?
No.
Okay. Now, next topic is what?
Am
User
I
ID.
not audible to you?
Now it's now I can hear.
Okay. I think I have some network issues.
No problem. No problem. Okay, so next topic is what? User ID concept. In Palo Alto, you can say user ID, and in FORTINET firewall device, you can say firewall authentication or FortiGate AD concept. So what is user ID concept? For full visibility, we can go with user ID concept. What is full visibility? See, for example, I have a security policy rule. Okay, I have a security policy rule, and as per this rule, traffic is traveling. This inside machine can travel from LAN to WAN side, and rule name is what? Rule 1. It's a security policy rule name. So as per rule 1, traffic is traveling. As a firewall administrator, if I want to verify log information, related with this security policy rule, related with this rule 1, yes, I can verify the log, but in logs, I can see IP address information only. See, 192.168 source IP address, 8.8. Destination IP address, source zone, destination zone. So if I'm trying to verify log information, I have only IP address information. I don't know which user account. Okay. I don't know which user account is trying to access this malicious file, trying to click on malicious link. So that is the issue. I don't have full visibility. Maybe onto this machine, multiple users are working on different time. So for full visibility, I can go with user ID concept in Palo Alto. What we can do, we can create user account. We can create user account, and for user account, you can go with local database. Okay, you can go with local database, or in case if you are working in a big network, big scenario, so yes, you can go with a remote authentication server like Radius. Any idea about Radius? Or you can go with TechX. Any idea about TechX, everyone? Or you can go with LDAP or Microsoft Active Directory. Ashwini, Jonas, Ram. In a big network, what you can do in big network, you can create all user accounts on a centralized database. These are what? Radius, TechX, LDAP, or Microsoft Active Directory. These are what? Centralized database. For example, you you are working in you are working with 100 users, or you are working with 500 user account. So yes, you need remote authentication servers. And for small organization, is no problem. You can create user account in local database, and these user accounts you can attach with your security policy. You can attach with your security policy configuration. So this time I have full visibility with IP address. Now I can verify user account information. So user ID, we'll discuss how to create user account in local database, how to create group account in local database, how to create authentication profile. And in case if you want to integrate your firewall device with any remote authentication server, so yes, in our training, we'll discuss LDAP option. I can create Microsoft Active Directory scenario, and I can show you how to integrate, how to configure LDAP, how to configure TechX radius. This is not your task. Ashwani, Jonas, Ram.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Because for radius server implementation, for TechX implementation, for LDAP implementation, there is a separate administrator. Okay, for radius and TechX, okay, you can go with ICE. For radius and TechX, you can go with ICE. Okay, for LDAP or for Microsoft Active Directory, there's a server administrator. Okay, so how to work with Active Directory, this is not our task. How to create user account, how to configure policy, this is not our task. Our task is what? As a firewall administrator, if Active Directory is ready, and if we have a connectivity with firewall device, so yes, we can integrate our complete firewall device with LDAP server. So this is the part of user ID. My point is, for full visibility, you can go with user ID concept. Now, module number 12 and module number 13, these two topics are related with VPN concept. VPN. So first, we will discuss about what is VPN concept, why we are using VPN, what is the feature, what is the benefit. Okay. After that, you can if you talk about implementation, so we have two type of VPN. You can go with IPsec VPN, or you can go with SSL VPN option. IPsec we are using for site to site VPN connectivity. For example, if you have branch office A, branch office B, if you have two branch office, and if you want to connect these two branch office over this untrusted network, over this public network in a secure manner, if you want to connect, so you can go with site to site VPN connectivity. You can go with site to site VPN connectivity, branch to branch connectivity. In site to site, you can focus on route based site to site VPN, and you can go for policy based site to site VPN. So we have two labs. Okay. In IPsec, we'll discuss, okay, what is phase 1, what is phase 2, what is encryption, Diffie-Hellman. Okay, all parameters we'll discuss. And for implementation, yes, we have a proper lab, site to site VPN lab, route based option, and policy based option you can use. So module number 13 is related with site to site VPN implementation, IPsec, site to site VPN implementation. You can go with other VPN option. Other VPN option is called remote access VPN. Remote access VPN. What is remote access VPN? Everyone, any idea?
So this work from home kind of thing, we can say remote access VPN.
Okay, good. Ashwini, Jonas.
It allows remote workers to securely access a private network from anywhere.
Yes, it's called remote access VPN. In remote access VPN, this outside user, for example, he has simple Wi-Fi modem at his home, or you can say he has internet connectivity. So this outside user, he's trying to access company private resources. For example, this side we have multiple servers. These servers are publicly allowed for outside user. So if this outside user is trying to access company private resources, so he need to establish a connection first. He can establish a connection first with his laptop, mobile phone, tablet. And once this connection will establish, then yes, he can access private resources. And this connection is called, you can say, a remote access VPN connection. To configure remote access VPN, you have two options. Either you can configure with IPsec or you can configure with SSL. You can configure with SSL. So here we have a topic for remote access VPN implementation. It's called Global Protect. Like in other vendor, like in Fortinet, we have remote VPN client application is called FortiClient. In Cisco, you can go with Cisco AnyConnect. In Palo Alto, we have VPN client application is called Global Protect. So for remote access VPN implementation, you can go with Global Protect. Module number 13 for site to site, module number 12 for remote access VPN implementation. Module number 14 is related with troubleshooting, you can say, monitoring and reporting. In module number 14, we are not configuring anything. We are trying to verify the log information. We are trying to verify log information. For example, if someone will hit on security policy, if someone will hit on NAT policy, if someone will hit on URL filtering profile, if someone will hit with username and password. So yes, I can verify all logs information in module number 14. Topic is what? Monitoring and reporting. So to store your logs, you have two options. Either you can store your logs in local database, or in case if you are working in a big network, so yes, you can go with a remote logging server. Remote logging servers. Logging servers like syslog, or you can go with SNMP. I will show you both options, how to send logs on syslog or SNMP. So to store the logs, you can go with local database, or you can go with remote logging servers. So all type of logs you can verify in module number 14. Ram, any question? Jonas, Aswani?
No, sir.
No.
Next topic, module number 15. It's a very interesting topic and it's a common concept. Common concept for any firewall device. High availability. So in Palo Alto, you can say high availability. Okay, in Fortinet, you can say high availability. In Checkpoint, you can say clustering. In Cisco Firepower, you can say failover concept. So why we need high availability concept? For example, I have a simple network firewall device, and this firewall device is connected with LAN switch. In LAN side, we have multiple computers. This portion is what? WAN side portion. Into this small topology, everything is working fine. It means we have IP address on 0/0 interface, IP address on 0/1, for example, 192.168.10.1, 10.1.12. Network on WAN side. So into this small topology, everything is working fine. Okay, we have IP address on interface, we have routing policy, NAT policy, VPN. My point is what? Traffic is traveling. My point is traffic is traveling through the firewall device. But into this small topology, we have a single firewall box. In case if this box goes down, then you lost your connectivity. Your LAN user, they cannot go on internet site. They cannot access internet services. That is the issue. That's why you can say for backup or for high availability, you can deploy one more firewall device. So this is your firewall box 1. So for high availability, you can deploy a firewall device. So firewall box 1, firewall box 2. If you deploy your firewall box 2, so here what we can do, we can change our topology. This is switch number 2. This is switch number 1. This portion is a WAN portion. This side is a LAN side. This side is what? LAN side. In between firewall box 1 and firewall box 2, we are using link. Okay, in Palo Alto, we need two separate links. In case if you are working with Fortinet or if you are working with Cisco, you need single failover link, or you can say high availability link. But in Palo Alto, we need two separate link. It's called HA1. This one is called HA2 link, control link. HA2 is what? Data link. Right now, I'm giving you an idea. We'll discuss in detail what is control link, what is data link, what is active, passive, high availability. We'll discuss in detail, everyone. Ram.
Okay. So I have a follow-up question. Sorry.
Yes, you can ask, no problem.
Yeah. So when you explained the HA between two firewalls, what if we have two different firewalls for, two firewalls from two different vendors, one from Palo Alto and the other one from,
You cannot configure high availability.
okay.
You cannot configure. You need to have same model, same OS
Oh.
version, same set
Okay.
of licenses. I will
Sir.
tell you about this. Okay. Yes, Ram. Any question?
Sir, regarding this active setup, like will you be giving any idea about active
No,
setup
no
also?
problem. We can do a lab, no problem.
Sure.
It's a simple tab, Ram. It's a simple tab. Either you can select checkbox active passive, or you can
Okay,
select
sir.
checkbox active. No problem.
Okay.
So what we have, see, in case, see, in our training, our practical is what? Active passive, but no problem. We'll discuss activity. It's only a checkbox. You can select a checkbox, you can configure active. But the point is what? What is
Yes,
the
sir.
difference? See, in active passive, one firewall is actively manage your traffic, while other is synchronized. So this firewall box 2 is what? Passive box, or you can say standby device. Ashwani, in active passive scenario, you can only utilize one firewall box into your high availability cluster. Second firewall box in your high availability cluster is what? It is in a standby mode. So all traffic is traveling via active box. All traffic. If active box goes down, then this passive will become active automatically, and traffic is traveling via active box. Clear my point, everyone?
Yeah, so I have one question.
Yes.
So to connect the data link and control link, are there any dedicated ports on the firewall?
Depend upon series. Okay, in high end appliance, like if you have 5,000, okay, or 7,000 modules, so you will get a dedicated HA port, Ashwini.
Okay.
Dedicated HA port. Otherwise, if you have entry-level firewall device, for example, PA200 if you have, or PA500 if you have, so you can use your data interface as a high availability interface.
Okay.
Any other question, everyone? Clear now?
Yeah.
So this is what we'll discuss. But my point is what? In active passive, you can utilize only one firewall box. But in case if you want to utilize both the firewall box into your high availability cluster, then I want to utilize both the firewall device. So I can go with active high availability. Okay, so what is active? We'll discuss here. Module number 15, we'll discuss about high availability concept. Now, next module is it's what? It's a practice. So in module number 16, I will share some Palo Alto questions. Okay, you can ask, you can do your practice, and see one more topic you can add. Jonas, it's not mentioned here, but one more topic, and it's a very important topic you can add. It's called packet flow. Packet flow. How traffic is traveling through Palo Alto Firewall. So we have a proper discussion on packet flow. Let me show you. This topic is not mentioned here, but we'll discuss. It's an important topic, how traffic is traveling through the firewall device. This is complete packet flow, everyone. Okay, we'll discuss. But in last, packet flow we'll discuss in last session. Ram, clear for you?
Yes, sir. But one more doubt regarding this DNS sinkholing concept.
DNS sinkhole. It's
Yes,
a part
sir.
of anti-spyware.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
In anti-spyware topic, we'll discuss about DNS sinkhole.
Okay.
I will tell you.
Yes, sir.
It's a part of anti-spyware profile.
Sure, sure.
Any other question you can ask?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, Ashwani,
No, all good.
Jonas.
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, so this is just an introduction session today. Okay, we'll start our topic from next class from Saturday, and our timing is fixed 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. IST time. And
Okay.
please share your email ID now, because I want to share all the slides and notes and today's session recording, lab setup software. Okay, Ram, Jonas. Let's start
Yes.
our first topic from next class. Okay, our timing is fixed, everyone.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Bye, guys. Take care. Please share your email ID now in WhatsApp
Yeah.
group. In WhatsApp group.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Sure.
Oh,
Bye, everyone. Take care, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
yeah.
Can you hear me, everyone? So remember our previous discussion on topic. After topic discussion, now we can start our table meet. Before start, Palo Alto Firewall device. What do you think about firewall box? Anyone? What do you think about firewall? Vinay, Jonas, Mahesh, Ram Prasad. I'm talking about common term. I'm not talking about Palo Alto. Okay? I'm talking about this common term is firewall. What do you think about firewall, everyone?
Something like what do I say? A wall which is not allowing us to go, something like that.
Okay, Vinay, what do you think about firewall?
Firewall is provides means security and allow to means packet to filter and
We can
stop
filter our traffic.
yeah filter the traffic.
Okay. Jonas,
Maybe like a device that monitors and you know
monitor is what? Monitor.
con-
You can filter and monitor your traffic, right?
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. Ram Prasad, dear, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Firewall is a device which helps us to prevent our network from attacks.
Prevent the network, okay, from attacks.
Yeah.
Good. See guys, firewall is what? Firewall, you can say everyone. Please turn off your mic, everyone. If you have any question, you can unmute. So firewall is a system, okay? You can say firewall is a system or group of system that can manage access between network. And see, firewall is just like a router. Remember all this. Firewall is just like a router. For example, you can configure routing on router device. You can configure on firewall, no problem. Okay, you want to configure VPN on router, you can configure on firewall. NAT, yes, you can configure on firewall. So firewall is just like a router. But in firewall, in next generation firewall, we have some advanced features which router cannot provide. But routing, VPN, NAT, these are what? These are router concepts. These concepts you can configure on firewall. Now, firewall is what? Firewall is a system, okay, or group of system that can manage access between network. Between network means what? Here we have LAN network, WAN network, and DMZ. So what is LAN network? Your private network is called LAN network. Your company private network is called LAN network. What about WAN network? Outside or public side network is called what? WAN. What about DMZ? Any idea? See, LAN we are using for private network. WAN we are using for WAN side, for public side. But what about DMZ? Yes, Vinay?
I think DMZ to provide the tunnel between means route customer into and firewall or data center like that.
Tunnel. Okay.
Yeah.
Tunnel. Okay. Tunnel is a different thing. Okay. Tunnel is not. Jonas, any idea? Mahesh, why we require DMZ? Because see, my point is what? My point is what? Here I have a
No,
power
sir, I
device.
don't understand. I don't
See,
know.
for example, here I have a power device and this firewall I can connect with LAN side. This side is what? LAN portion, for example. LAN side. In LAN side, these are what? Servers. For example, FTP server. This is your FTP server, or this is your web server, DNS server, or SMTP server. And these are computers and some company confidential servers you have in your LAN network site. LAN network site. So you have two portions. LAN side network, LAN zone, and this portion is called what? WAN zone. So I can put all the devices in a LAN zone, and public side is what? Public network. Now, what about DMZ? We're talking about what about DMZ? So see, into the scenario, for example, I have what? LAN network and WAN network. So into the scenario, if I want to allow some traffic from outside, in case if I want to allow some traffic from outside, so to allow our traffic from outside, we need to configure policy. We need to configure policy on our device, like we are working with Palo Alto, so we can create security policy. On Fortinet, you can configure firewall policy. On Checkpoint, you can configure access control policy. On Cisco FTD, you can configure access policy. My point is what? You can configure policy to allow your traffic from WAN to LAN side. Yes, I can configure policy. Now traffic is coming from outside, and this outside machine can access FTP server as per my policy. As per my policy, this outside machine, yes, this outside machine can come and hit on firewall device and can access this FTP, can talk to this FTP server. So this is source and this is destination. Yes, I can define. But my point is what? This traffic is coming from outside, right? This traffic is coming from untrusted network. So it may be possible it can try to compromise other devices. As per your policy, this machine can only access FTP server. Yes, but traffic is coming from untrusted network. So it may be possible. It may be possible it can try to compromise other devices. That is the issue. That's why see these servers, these FTP, web server, DNS, MTP, these servers, I want to allow public outside user can access these servers. So I cannot put these servers in LAN side network. That is the issue. What we can do, we can create a separate zone here. Okay, we can create a separate zone. It's called DMZ zone. It's just a name. Okay, you can use any name here, your name, my name, but technically we are using a word DMZ. You can type anything, your name, my name. So you can create a separate zone. It's called DMZ zone. This is a switch. And now you can put all your servers. These servers I want to allow publicly. Outside user can access these servers. Okay, web server or FTP server or SMTP servers. So now this time, if outside machine is trying to hit onto the firewall outside interface, if outside machine is trying to hit on outside interface, your firewall will redirect this traffic on DMZ side. So outside traffic is not going on your LAN side. So that's why we need DMZ network. If you want to allow some service, some servers publicly, so you can create a separate zone. You can put all your devices in a separate zone. Hear my point, Jonas, Mahesh, Ram, Vinay?
Sir, I understood, but I have a small question.
Sure.
So how is the DMZ different from WAN? Because when you told us about WAN, it's about accessing everything from outside, like the internet, correct? So how will DMZ be like a different service altogether, or something that's
See,
integrated
DMZ is
into
just like a
WAN?
LAN, okay? Mahesh. DMZ is just like a LAN network, okay? And here you can configure NAT option. can
Okay.
configure NAT. If anyone trying to hit from outside and will hit onto this public facing interface, as
Okay.
per DNAT configuration, your firewall will automatically redirect this traffic on DNAT servers.
So if I understand, that is the DMZ is for someone who's trying to access my devices, like my network.
Yes.
So I design the DMZ in a way to allow only what I want him to see or he or her to see or whom.
Yes, DMZ we are using for outside. Remember all this.
Only
DMZ
for
networks.
coming into my network and what is the access I'm giving them to see. Whether
Yes.
it is a yes or no or whatever limit of access I'm giving to say, like read
Yes.
or write something like that. Correct?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay, sir. Thank you, thank you. A little basic, sorry.
No problem.
Just need to understand.
No problem.
Yeah, yeah,
Jonas,
go ahead. Sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Jonas clear? Brown, Ram Prasad, dear, any question? Vinay?
Yes, sir.
No question.
Okay, now, so this is what DMZ is. So we have LAN, WAN, and DMZ. Now let's talk about firewall technique, okay? Because we have some common technique in firewall device, in any firewall device. Like we have multiple vendors for next generation firewall features, like Palo Alto, FORTINET, Checkpoint, Cisco Firepower Threat Defense. So we are talking about firewall common technique. So first common technique is what? It's called stateful firewall technique. Stateful firewall technique. This technique is used by any firewall device. Remember always everyone, router is a stateless device. And firewall, any firewall device is a what? Stateful device. So what is stateful? You can say stateful firewall inspection, or you can say stateful firewall technique. So it's a common technique for any firewall device. So what is stateful firewall technique? Wait. Let's talk about scenario. What is stateful firewall? The topic is stateful firewall technique. So for stateful firewall device, I'm creating a small topology. For example, here I have Cisco ASA. For stateful firewall technique, I'm using a firewall device, Cisco ASA. So in case if you are working with Cisco ASA, so this portion is what? Switch. This portion is LAN side network. This portion is WAN side network, ISP side. So in Cisco ASA, here we have predefined key in Cisco ASA. For example, this interface is 0/0 interface. This interface is 0/1. So in Cisco ASA, if you go on any interface, in Cisco ASA only, for example, on 0/0 interface, and if you type this predefined keyword is called inside keyword, INSID. If you type this predefined keyword, inside keyword on any interface, for example, on 0/0, so this interface will get a security level 100. So remember always Cisco ASA always work with security level concept, and security level range is in between 0 to 100. So if you go out to this 0/0 interface and if you type this predefined keyword INSID, so this interface will get a security level 100. And if you type any other keyword onto this interface, any other keyword, for example, your name or my name. For example, I'm using what? Outside. So this interface will get a security level 0. Will get a security level 0. Now in LAN side, we have multiple computers. For example, this machine, onto this machine, we are using 192.168.10.10. And this portion is a public side portion. Here we have a server 8.8.8. So why we are creating this topology, everyone? Because we need to know what is stateful firewall technique. So in Cisco ASA firewall device, here we have predefined rule. In Cisco ASA firewall, we have predefined. As per predefined rule, traffic is by default allowed from higher security level to lower security level. No need to configure any policy. in Cisco ASA. No need to configure any policy. Traffic is by default allowed from higher security level to lower security level. So if in case if this inside machine is trying to communicate with 8.8.8, so this traffic will go and hit onto this interface. Then firewall will verify, okay, this traffic is coming from higher security level and trying to go on lower security level. And as per default rule, traffic is by default allowed from higher security level to lower security level. So traffic is traveling, no problem. Traffic is traveling. So when traffic is traveling through the appliance, when traffic is traveling through the power device, then firewall will maintain the state of connection. Firewall will maintain a state of connection in a table, and this table is called what? State table, you can say. Connection table, you can say, state table, you can say. So when traffic is traveling through the appliance, firewall will maintain the state of connection in connection table, and what it maintain? It maintains source IP, source port number, destination IP, destination port. So into this topology, as per our discussion, into this topology, what is source IP address? Traffic direction is what? This 192.168.10.10 is trying to communicate with 8.8.8. So source IP address is what? 192.168.10.10. Source port number, let's take a random port number, for example, 52,000. And this 10.10 is trying to communicate with 8.8.8. So destination IP address is 8.8.8.8. Destination port number, for example, 440. So this is the traffic. So traffic is traveling to outside. Traffic traveling to outside. And firewall will maintain the state of connection in a connection table or in state table. Clear my point? Jonas, Mahesh, Ram Prasad, Vinay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, so some maintains a security table kind of stuff, where it is going, what it's happening and all that stuff.
Mahesh, can you repeat again?
So it's maintaining like a table, what and how it is going, like a register.
Yes. Cisco not Cisco ASA, any firewall uses this technique. It's called stateful firewall. It means whenever traffic is traveling through the firewall device, through the appliance, firewall will maintain the state of connection.
Okay, okay. So
Okay,
is it for all devices or only particular device?
I told you, I told you, it's for all firewall technique. It's a common technique for any firewall device, Mahesh.
Does it maintain like only 100 or it can be anything less also? Because if I'm not wrong, as I understood, you told maximum is 100, correct?
You're talking about any firewall device or only in Cisco ASA?
I'm generally asking because
I told you the security level technique, it's only related with Cisco ASA part.
okay.
Please listen carefully, okay? Cisco ASA works with security level concept.
Okay.
Mahesh, okay?
Okay.
Only Cisco ASA.
Okay. Okay.
If you talk, no problem. If you talk about Palo Alto, so Palo Alto is using JBF technique, zone based firewall. I will tell you later, okay? But Cisco ASA works with security level concept. Clear now? Mahesh?
Sir, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, so when traffic is traveling through the appliance, through the firewall device, firewall will maintain the state of connection in connection table. But now, everyone, what about return traffic? Because 8.8.8 will give the reply, right? Everyone? What about return traffic? If return traffic will go and hit onto this interface, so you can see now traffic direction is what? Lower security level to higher security level. I told you by default in Cisco ASA firewall, by default traffic is allowed from higher security level to lower security level. Lower to higher, everything is denied. So what about this traffic? If reply packet is going to hit onto this WAN interface, see, remember always, if any traffic will hit on any firewall interface, so firewall will check, is this traffic is this traffic is a part of any existing connection? Firewall will check always. If any traffic will hit onto the firewall device, firewall will check is this traffic is a part of any existing connection. So now firewall can verify, okay, this traffic is coming from 8.8.8. Yes, I have entry. And this packet is for 192.168.10.10 port number. Firewall can verify. After verification, firewall can say, okay, this is what? This is return traffic. Why? Because this traffic was initiated from LAN side. It was initiated from LAN side, and it's just a reply packet because I have information in my state table, in my connection table. So this traffic was initiated from LAN side. So it's just a reply packet. So firewall will allow this traffic. Clear now? Clear now? My point, everyone. Mahesh, Jonas, Ramprasad, Vinay.
Yeah, all good.
Yes, yes.
Vinay, clear for you? Yeah.
Yes, clear.
State. See, so this is not a Cisco ASA firewall technique. This technique is used by any firewall device. It's a common technique. My point is what? What is stateful firewall? When traffic is traveling through the appliance, through the firewall box, then firewall will maintain the state of connection table, and traffic is followed to the destination. When reply packet will come, firewall will check this traffic information in connection table. If it is available, allow. Otherwise, drop. Okay, what about next common technique for any firewall vendor? Next technique is called what? You can say layer C. First technique is stateful firewall technique. Second common technique for any firewall device, it's called layer 2 firewall, or you can say transparent firewall. So what is layer 2 firewall box or transparent firewall box? See, it's a common technique for any firewall vendor. Either you can use your firewall box as a layer 2 firewall box, or you can use your box as a layer 3. Okay. So where we can use our layer 2 firewall box? Wait. So remember always we can use our firewall box. Either we can use our box as a L3 firewall box, or we can use our firewall box as a layer 2 firewall box. Layer 3 means what? Layer 3 means you can say NAT mode firewall. And L2 firewall means what? Transparent firewall device. So in case if you are working with any L3 box, any L3 firewall box, for example, I have L3 firewall box. So these interfaces are called L3 interfaces. So you can configure IP address onto these interfaces. You can configure routing onto this firewall box. VPN, NAT you can configure. And yes, it's a next generation firewall. So you can utilize next generation firewall features. But in case if you are using your firewall box as a layer 2 firewall box, then you are using this firewall mode, this complete box as a layer 2 firewall or as a transparent firewall. Then in case if this box is acting as a layer 2 firewall box, so these interfaces are L2 interfaces. These interfaces are what? L2 interfaces. It means we cannot configure IP address here. We cannot configure IP address onto these interfaces. We cannot configure routing. We cannot configure VPN or NAT. So with layer 2 firewall box, we have limitation, but it's a next generation firewall. It's a next generation firewall, so we can utilize next generation firewall features, no problem. It's a complete firewall, so we can utilize firewall feature. But in case if this box is acting as a layer 2 firewall box, so you cannot configure IP address on interfaces, you cannot configure routing. It means you cannot connect your layer 2 firewall box with internet. You cannot configure VPN connection. You cannot configure NAT for translation. No, we have limitation. Jonas, Mahesh, Ramprasad, Vinay, clear? So the point is, in this scenario, in this scenario, we can use our firewall box as a layer 2. because with layer 3 box, we have great feature. If I have a layer 3 firewall box, I can connect with internet, I can terminate VPN connection, I can configure NAT, and yes, I can utilize next generation firewall feature. But in case, if I'm using this box as a layer 2, so we have limitation. So in this scenario, we can use our box as a layer 2 firewall box. Let's talk about scenario. So for example, I'm working in an existing routing switching topology. For example, okay, this is router. This router is connected with switch, LAN side network. So I'm working in an existing routing switching topology. This portion is what? This portion is a LAN side network, you subnet. This portion is what? WAN side network. Now, into this existing topology, now I want to deploy a firewall box. As a firewall administrator, now I want to filter my traffic. My point is what? I want to filter my traffic. So I want to deploy a firewall box here. If you deploy your firewall box here as a layer 3 firewall box, for example, as a layer 3 firewall box. So these interfaces are L3 interfaces. So each interfaces are participating in different subnet, right, Ram? Vinay?
Yes, sir.
Each interfaces are participating in different subnet. So now you need to change. My point is what? You need to change your existing IP address scheme. See, now your single subnet is divided into 2 different subnets, different network, and what? Different network. You can do this, no problem. If you want to deploy your firewall box as a layer 3 firewall box, no problem. You can deploy, you can change your existing IP address scheme, and you can deploy, no problem. You can do this. But in case if you don't want to change any IP address scheme, my point is what? I want to deploy complete firewall box in a live network, and I don't want to change anything. I don't want to change anything in existing network, but I want to deploy a firewall box as a complete next generation firewall. Then you can go with layer 2 firewall. You can go with layer 2 firewall box. And this box is a layer 2 firewall box. So these interfaces are what? These interfaces are L2 interfaces. So no need to configure IP address. So again, you have a single subnet. You have single subnet. And it's a firewall. It's a firewall. So you need to define zone here. Okay. For example, we are working with Palo Alto Firewall box. So you can define a name. For example, this is LAN zone interface. This is WAN zone interface. You can give a zone. You can give a zone information only. No need to configure IP address here because it's L2 firewall device. And it's a firewall. So if you want to allow traffic from LAN to WAN, you can configure policy. You can utilize next generation firewall features. Clear now? Jonas, Mahesh, Ram Prasad, Vinay. Mahesh, any question? Mahesh?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Vinay,
No, sir.
Jonas, clear for you?
Yeah, all good.
So my point is, you can deploy layer 2 firewall box in a live link. Remember always the scenario. Okay, you can deploy your L2 firewall box in a live link where you don't want to change anything. So most of the time, layer 2 firewall we are using in existing data center network. Okay, in existing data center network, if I want to deploy a firewall box, so you can go with layer 2 firewall. But we have limitation. With layer 2 firewall box, we have limitation. Okay, we cannot connect this firewall box with internet. We cannot configure NAT. We cannot configure routing. But it's a next generation firewall, so we can utilize. Okay, so these are what? Stateful firewall technique and transparent firewall technique. These are the common technique for any firewall device. Now let's talk about Palo Alto. Okay, wait. So we can start our first topic.
Sorry, I have a quick question.
Sure, you can ask. No problem.
Yeah, you talked about layer 2 and layer 3 firewall a few minutes back. So you said that there are limitations on layer 2. So does that mean that layer 2 is not advisable to be used in real life?
No, you can use Jonas, but my point is what? If you see, if you want, for example, if you want to connect internet connection, if you want to configure routing with this layer 2 firewall box, you cannot. That's why we are using firewall box after router. Okay.
Oh,
So for routing feature, for NAT feature, for VPN feature, this router is responsible. Okay.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah. Thanks.
This box you are using for firewall features and next generation firewall features. Okay. Now we can start our first topic, platform and architecture. So let's talk about platform first, okay, like the hardware appliance or VM appliance. So we are familiar with other vendors, okay. For example, we are familiar with Cisco routers, Cisco switches series. So in case if I am working with Palo Alto Firewall, so I need to know the hardware, okay, which hardware is suitable for my organization. For example, if I'm working in a small network or if I'm working in a large network, so which series is suitable for my organization. So this is the series, okay, everyone. This is Palo Alto series. For example, PA 7000, PA 5200, PA 5000. These series of the firewall devices you can use in a large deployment or you can use in a data center network. For medium-sized network, you can go with PA 3000, 800 or 500. In my slide, okay, I'm using some device information, but if you go on Palo Alto website, you can get other series also, okay, but in my slide I have some limited series here, okay. So for medium-sized network, you can go with PA 3000 series, PA 800, PA 500. For small network, for entry-level firewall device, yes, you can go with PA 200 series, okay. Let me show you this PA 200. So for small network, you can go with entry-level firewall device, Palo Alto 200. This is PA 200 series, everyone. This is PA 200 series. In PA 200 firewall device, what we have 4 data interfaces. These are what data interfaces. So you can connect your LAN network, you can connect your DMZ network, you can connect your WAN network. So these are data interfaces. This interface is what management port. So what you can do, you can connect. This interface is a management port, so you can connect your management PC. For example, you can connect your laptop or desktop with this management port and you can access this complete firewall box through graphical page. For console access, yes, we have a common port for like other vendor. We can access this firewall device for first time. You can see for first time you can access through console. So this is what PA 200. In case if you go with PA 220, for example, in PA 200 series, if you go with PA 220, so the difference is what in PA 220 we have 8 data interfaces. Only the difference is what we have 8 data interfaces. 8 data interfaces, 1 MGMT port, management port, 1 console. So here we have some series, okay, some entry-level firewall device, some medium range devices, some high-end appliance. Okay, so if you want to know about product information in Palo Alto, so you can visit this website, paloaltonetworks.com/product/secure the network/next generation for all Palo Alto firewall product. Now let's talk about capability.
Sir, can I have a question?
Yes, you can ask.
So ideally from router, it will go to the Palo Alto and then to the switch? Or
sorry, can you repeat your question?
So in my configuration architecture, it will be the router and then it will be the firewall and then the switch.
Okay, your topology, your question is what? You can use router, then firewall, then switch.
Yes, yes.
So I told you, it's depend upon scenario. Okay, if you don't want to connect your firewall box directly with internet, so it means you are using your firewall box as a layer 2. If your box is a L3 firewall box, so you can directly connect with internet, no problem. You can configure routing here. You can configure NAT. You can configure VPN. It's depend upon scenario, Mahesh. Okay. If your
No,
box is a
my
layer 2,
question is like on an ideal functionality, right? Now I'm getting WAN inside. Now the WAN inside will connect to the firewall first, and then I'll make all the changes, or will go to, from outside to inside. I'm talking about from inside to outside. Also, I just want to know how it works. It will be my end devices. End devices will go to switches. From switch, will I go into the firewall, or will I go into the router and then the firewall?
I told you it's depend upon scenario. See, either you can directly, for example, you don't have router, for example. Okay.
Okay.
You can directly connect your firewall device with internet. So
Okay.
your inside traffic is going to hit on switch. Switch is forwarding traffic to the L3 firewall device. And now on firewall, you can configure routing. So it can take a decision based on routing table. If there is a NAT, it can take a decision based on translation.
Okay.
If you are using next generation firewall techniques, so yes, you can utilize next generation firewall technique features here on L3 firewall box. It depends upon scenario. If you want to connect a router, no problem. For example, if you are connecting router, then if you want to connect your firewall box here, and it's L3 firewall box, no problem. You can connect. Depend upon scenario.
But that will
what you
ideally
want
become like an L2 design, correct? Router and firewall and switch.
No, it's not L2. Okay, see.
That's
If you
where I
want
got
to
a bit
connect,
confused.
wait, no problem. Give me some time. Wait. See, if you want to use your L3 firewall box here after router, no problem. You can connect, Mahesh.
Okay.
But you are creating extra overhead, you can say, or extra processing here into this topology.
Yeah.
If traffic is coming from outside, so first router will process this traffic, then firewall will process this traffic. And if you are using this box as a layer 3 firewall box, so you need to configure routing here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So why you are doing routing process 2 times? Why? That is the reason. You can remove this route appliance. Okay. You can directly connect your firewall box. You can directly connect your firewall box with internet. Okay. Internet. And this portion is what? Switch.
Yes.
The traffic is coming from LAN side, going to hit onto the switch. Switch is forwarding traffic to the firewall, and now firewall is taking decision, routing decision, NAT decision, security policy decision, or next generation firewall features you are using onto the firewall device. No problem. If you are adding extra devices, you are creating overhead in your network. Clear?
Okay.
So depend upon scenario. If you want filter, for example, if you want filter more security, you can add like router, for example, this is the router, okay, Mahesh.
Yes.
So no problem, you can connect. But my point is what? If traffic is coming, for example, you want to filter your traffic, you want to give filter traffic to your firewall device in case. So you can connect router here, you can configure ACL, you can filter your traffic first, and filter traffic you are sending to the firewall. For example, you don't want to give extra load on your firewall device directly, so you can connect your router, no problem.
Okay.
Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Mahesh,
Yes.
Mahesh?
Yes. Now makes sense. Yes.
Jonas?
Yeah,
Clear?
I have a follow-up question. So,
Sure, you can ask.
well, from my knowledge in networking, can we equally say that layer 3 firewall is just like a kind of a layer 3 switch?
No.
Something like that?
No.
No, I'm
No.
not saying they do the same job. I'm just saying that layer 3 switch has the
No,
functionality
switch is a different thing.
router.
Switch is a different thing. L3 firewall box is what? It's a firewall. Actually, we have two type of firewall device, Jonas. Okay. We have port-based firewall, and we have next generation firewall. So Palo Alto is what? Palo Alto is a next generation firewall. And Cisco ASA, it's a port-based firewall. So L3 switch is a different thing. If you talk about firewall only, so we have two types of firewall device, port-based and next generation. Port-based means what? This firewall can take a decision based on L3 and L4 information, just like a router.
Okay.
You know, like a Cisco ASA firewall box, it's a port-based firewall. It can take a decision based on L3 and L4. What is L3, L4 means, Jonas?
You mean the OSI model layer, like layer um network layer and the transport layer.
But what does mean? Here it's just a name, but what does mean? If it can take a decision based on L3 and L4. What is L3 and L4? Vinay?
Oh, I forget. Can't remember.
No. Vinay?
I
Mahesh?
think L3 firewall we means packet the filter, and in L4 we particular protocol block, yeah, particular subnet we block.
Okay. Mahesh, you? Ram?
We block the on an L4, it is more like you're blocking certain protocols, the UDP part or TCP part, how it is going. Those are the ones that are configured there with security. The L3 talks more about your what to say, the ICMP ping and the the IP packets rather. Let's say to for my understanding, I would say the IP part is on the L3, and the end-to-end connection, let's say the TCP packets, UDP packets, those come on the L4, on the transport layer. That's what I understand. If correct me, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, port-based firewall box, it's work with L3 and L4. Simple thing is what? L3 means what? IP address. So it can take a decision on IP, it can take a decision on service or protocol. Jonas, clear?
Yeah.
But Palo Alto, it's a next generation firewall box. So it can take a decision based on malicious information. For example, if anyone trying to access malicious file, malicious application, malicious URL, so next generation firewall can detect. But if you compare with L3 switch, it's a different thing. Jonas, clear now? Switch is a different thing. Here we are talking about firewall. Clear now?
Oh, yeah.
Ram, any question here? Ram?
No, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay. Now let's talk about capabilities. Okay, here into this slide, I'm using some series. For example, in case if I'm working with PA200, if I'm working with PA200, so see guys, this sheet you can download from Google. Okay, like data sheet for firewall devices. So for example, if you have PA200, if I have PA200 in my organization, so this firewall can provide you firewall throughput, 100 Mbps firewall throughput, 50 Mbps is dedicated for threat prevention technique. What is threat prevention technique? So I told you in Palo Alto Firewall, we will discuss about security profile concept. Wait. Security profile concept. So these are threat prevention technique. Module number 7 and module number 8, these topics are related with threat prevention technique. So here you can see 50 Mbps dedicated for threat prevention technique, and this firewall can support 64,000 sessions maximum. It has 4 copper gigabit port. If you want to go for higher product, higher device, so you can go with PA200 for example, PA500 for example. Firewall throughput 250 Mbps, 100 Mbps for threat prevention technique. It supports 64,000 session and it has 8 copper gigabit. You can go for the higher series, for example, PA5020. Firewall throughput is what? 5 Gbps, 2 Gbps for threat prevention technique, and it can support approx 10 lakh sessions. It has 8 SFP port and 12 copper giga. My point is what every series has its own capabilities. Okay, so it depends upon your scenario, which firewall is suitable. Okay, if you talk about sessions, if you're looking for sessions, we are looking for firewall throughput. If you're looking for port, so you need to check data sheet first. These are hardware appliances. These are what hardware appliances. So like other vendor, like Fortinet, like Cisco FTD, like checkpoint firewall device, like other vendor for Palo Alto is providing VM firewall box also. So either you can go with physical box, this is physical box, or you can go with VM appliances. Like I want to deploy my Palo Alto box in AWS scenario, in Azure network. So yes, you can go with a VM firewall box. In VM firewall box, we have these series, PAVM 500. These are the series for VM firewall box. PAVM 100, PAVM 50. For example, see, in PAVM 500, app ID firewall throughput is 8 Gbps. Threat prevention throughput is what 4 Gbps. What is app ID? What is app ID concept? We will discuss here in app ID. In module number 6, we'll focus on what is application identification. But my point is what? Here you can get firewall throughput. So either you can go with physical appliances, or you can go with VM appliances. Both options are available in Palo Alto Firewall. Clear? Jonas, Mahesh, Vinay, Ram?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I have one question, sir.
Sure, Ram.
So, like, will there be any performance difference between like physical box and VM, or like it will?
No. See,
Okay.
the point is what? Uh, in case if you want cloud in your cloud environment, in case you are looking for firewall device, so in
Yes, sir.
cloud environment you need a VM firewall box.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's the same function. You can separate into it can support, for example, if you go with the physical boxes, see for example 10 lakh sessions. If you talk about firewall throughput, so same kind of options are available in VM. It's just a VM box, Ram, okay?
Yes, sir.
If you talk about firewall throughput, it's the same.
Yes, sir.
And it's depend upon your scenario, okay? It's depend upon your requirement, okay?
Yes, sir.
What firewall throughput you need, what firewall app ID firewall throughput you need, connection per
Yes.
second you need. So it's depend upon your scenario.
Yes, sir.
Clear now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Vinay, Mahesh, any question?
Sorry, I have a question.
No, sir.
Yeah, please, can you explain the threat prevention throughput in terms of the gigabit per second? So I can see 2, I can see 4 gigabits per second. So is it what is sorry,
You're talking about this option.
yes, especially the 2 gigabits per second. There's
I
5
will
gigabits.
tell you. Into this
Okay.
section, I told you this is the part of threat prevention. So here we can discuss. No problem.
Okay.
Jonas, clear?
No, thanks. Yeah.
Right now we are taking a basic idea about the firewall devices. Clear now, everyone? Clear now? We have 2 firewall.
Yes, yes.
Either you can go with physical appliance, or
Physical
you can
or
go
the
with
VM one. Cloud.
VM. Now let's talk about architecture. Everyone. Palo Alto firewall architecture. Can we take a break for 5 minutes? Jonas, Mahesh, Ram, Vinay?
Sure,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Sure,
Okay,
sure,
sir.
definitely.
5 minute break, okay?
Yeah.
Please turn
Sure.
off your mic. Please turn off your mic.
Okay.
Everyone, can you hear me? Jonas, Mahesh, Ram.
Yes.
Yes,
hear
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, so let's continue our topic now. Now we can discuss Palo Alto architecture. Okay, so this is complete Palo Alto firewall device. This is complete Palo Alto firewall device. Any Palo Alto firewall series, PA200, PA5000 series, any firewall device. So complete Palo Alto firewall device is divided into two different planes. The first plane is called control plane. Second plane, we can say data plane. So your management port is a part of control plane. So all the configuration, for example, if I want to configure this complete Palo Alto firewall device, so I can connect my management PC. I can connect my management PC with control plane, with management. So in control plane, we have dedicated CPU, hard disk, and RAM. What about data plane? So data plane we are using for data traffic. For example, LAN traffic, WAN traffic, or DMZ traffic. So in data plane, we have three separate processors. In data plane, we have three separate processors. It's called signature match processor, multi-core security processor, and networking processor. So we have three separate processors in data plane. So whenever traffic will hit on any ingress interface, or whenever traffic will go and hit on interface, firewall will create three copy of this traffic. It will create three copy of this traffic, and it will submit to each engine. It will submit to each processor, and they will process this traffic parallelly. It's not one by one process. They will process this traffic parallelly, not one by one. Clear my point? Mahesh, Jonas, Ram, Vinay. It's
Yes.
not a UTM box. Ram, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Like,
It's not a UTM box. If you remember, wait, if you guys are familiar with the UTM boxes, let me tell you. UTM, Unified Threat Management. Any idea about UTM, Ram?
No.
UTM. See, in UTM is what? Single box for all solution. So before Palo Alto, or firewall devices company, they were using UTM boxes. UTM box is what? Single box for all solution. So in single box, you will get all your engine. For example, networking engine, IPS engine, okay, firewall engine, for example, multiple antivirus engine, multiple engines you have. So whenever traffic will hit on to this interface, so for example, traffic will hit on to this ingress interface, so it will submit the traffic to the networking engine. It will do some process with the traffic, and it will submit to the next engine. Then it will submit to the next engine, For example, if each engine will take 1 second to process this traffic, in case if each engine is taking 1 second to process this traffic, and it's a one by one process, it's not a parallel process, Mahesh, Vinay, Ram, Jonas, it's not a parallel process, okay? It's a one by one process. So if each engine will take 1 second to process this traffic, so total time it will take 4 seconds, right?
Yes.
yes, sir.
Total it will take 4 seconds to process this traffic. Jonas, Vinay.
Yep.
That is the issue. Or in case if this engine goes down, then traffic is not passing to another engine. That was the issue. That's why Palo Alto is not using this architecture. Palo Alto is using SP3 architecture to forward the traffic. Palo Alto is using SP3 architecture. It's called single path parallel processing. Everyone, please wait 1 minute. Everyone, can you hear me? Jonas,
Yep.
Mahesh, Ram?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like this SP3 architecture, it is used in Palo Alto or like other vendors
No, no, it's
also.
using by any vendor, but
Okay.
it was introduced by Palo Alto.
Okay, sir.
SP3 was introduced by Palo Alto. Now every vendor is using SP3 architecture.
First, it was used.
But it's not SP3. In every vendor, you cannot say it's SP3. Okay, they can
Okay,
say
sir.
different name. Okay,
Okay, sir.
they use different name. But now see what is SP3? Single path parallel processing.
Yes, sir.
So when traffic will hit on any interface, then it will create a 3 copy of this traffic, 3 copy, and it will
Yes.
submit to the each processor, each engine.
Yes, sir.
And what it will do parallel processing, not one by one, parallel processing. So it will take only, Mahesh, it will take only 1 second to process this traffic because they are processing traffic parallelly. Jonas, clear? Vinay?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's simultaneous at the same time.
At the same time, okay? Now
Yes,
let's talk about in detail, okay? Wait. Let's talk about in detail about this Palo Alto SP3 architecture. Let's go with this page, okay? So I told you Palo Alto Firewall, complete Palo Alto Firewall box is divided into 2 different planes. First, you can say control plane. Your management port is a part of control plane. And second, we have data plane. In data plane, we have 3 separate processor, you can say, or engine, okay? We have 3 separate processor. It's called content processor, or you can say signature match processor. So don't confuse. Either you can say content processor or you can say signature match processor. In what? Security processor, networking processor. Now, let's talk about each processor task, each engine task, you can say. So networking processor is responsible for routing, flow lookup, status counting, NAT, and similar function are performed on network specific hardware. So networking processors are responsible for all networking related tasks like NAT, routing. Okay, user ID. In Palo Alto Firewall, we have a concept. We have a concept of user ID concept. See, so for user ID, for app ID, for policy, we have a dedicated processor or engine, you can say, multi-core security processor. For content ID, or you can say for security profile or for content ID. For content ID, we have a dedicated processor. It's called content processor, or you can say signature match processor. Content ID, we have a dedicated engine, dedicated processor. What about control plane? So in control plane, we have management processor. Clear now? Jonas, Mahesh, Ram, Vinay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, let's talk about again. Yes, any question? Any question? Okay. Now let's talk about again control plane and data. Okay, again. So I told you Palo Alto is divided into two different planes. It's called control plane and data. So let's talk about control plane again. So control plane only for two traffic used for management. For example, I have a Palo Alto firewall device, and this port is a MGMT port, for example, management. So I can connect my management PC, MGMT PC, with management port, and these are data interfaces. So control plane we are using for only for two traffic, to the firewall traffic, two traffic used for management. So management related task, it's a part of control. Okay, this control plane is also responsible for HA, for high availability configuration. High availability. For example, see,